When I say Campa Cola, does it strike a chord? Wonder why I'm talking about it? Well, the famous cold beverage Campa Cola, which was Delhi's favorite go-to drink for about 15 years after 1977, will soon be back on the shelves. Reliance is acquiring Campa from the Pure Drinks Group and plans to relaunch it nationally by Diwali in 3 different flavors, the iconic original, lemon and orange variants. More such interesting news updates await on this week's Company Nama English. Let's take a look. I'm Shrestha Tiwari. First up is Corporate World Updates. India's low-cost carrier SpiceJet Limited has declared losses of 1,725 crore rupees for the full year of financial year 2022. The airline also fell back into the red in the fourth quarter of 2021-22 and in the first quarter of 2022-23. The airline reported a net loss of 458 crore rupees and 789 crore rupees for the quarters ending March and June respectively. Meanwhile, the airline also announced that its Chief Financial Officer Sanjeev Taneja had resigned due to the widening losses. Shares of SpiceJet Limited tumbled nearly 15% in the early trade on 1st September. SR Group on 26th August agreed to sell some of its ports and power and transmission assets to ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India for around 19,000 crore rupees. The two entities also agreed to form an equal joint venture to build a 4 million tons per annum liquefied natural gas terminal at Hazira in Gujarat. This is one of the largest post-pandemic merger and acquisition deals in India. Reliance Retail has submitted a non-binding bid of around 5,600 crore rupees to acquire Metro Cash and Carry's India operations and assets which are up for sale. According to the Economic Times report, Thailand's largest conglomerate CP Group has placed a bid of about 8,000 crore rupees, which almost matches the German wholesalers' expectations of around $1 billion. Final binding bids are likely to be submitted within a month. And Suzuki Motor Corporation will invest 30,000 crore rupees to set up an electric cell plant in Gujarat and a vehicle manufacturing plant in Haryana. The factory at Hansalpur in Gujarat, with investment of around 10,400 crore rupees, will be completed by 2026, while 20,000 crore rupees will be invested in the Maruti Suzuki plant in Haryana to produce EVs and petrol cars. Disney Star has retained the India media rights, TV and digital, for both the men's and women's events run by the International Cricket Council ICC, including the World Cup and T20 World Cup, for a further 4 years. ICC announced Disney Star as the winner following a board meeting on August 27th, where the deal was bagged for almost $2.8 to $3 billion. However, the winning amount was not disclosed by ICC nor the broadcaster. 20 years after being appointed chairman and managing director of Reliance Industries, Mukesh Ambani on Monday announced the family succession plan for his group, while his older son Akash has already taken over as the chairman of Reliance Jio Infocomm. Daughter Isha has been identified as the leader of the retail unit, while the younger son Anant has joined the new energy business. Nearly 9 months after the RBI initiated insolvency proceedings against Anil Ambani's Reliance Capital, the debt-ridden company has got multiple bids for its takeover. According to sources, IndusInd Bank, US-based Oaktree Capital, Torrent Group and B Right Group have submitted bids of around 4,000 crore rupees for the takeover, signaling massive haircut for banks if approved by a lenders committee. The last date for submission of the bids ended on August 29, 2022, which was already extended 5 times earlier. The shareholders of Tata Sons on August 30th cleared a significant amendment to the Articles of Association related to leadership at the annual general meeting. With this, Tata Sons and Tata Trust, which owns about 66% of the group, must have separate chairmen. The shareholders also cleared the resolutions to renew the directorship of Ajay Piramal and Venu Srinivasan, as well as the appointment of Anita George as the independent director. Well, switching focus to our special segment On the Radar, where we update you on all the latest controversies and disputes from the corporate world. Which are those companies which were on the radar this week? Let's find out. Shares of Dish TV saw the biggest jump in 3 years, rising 20% on 1st September after the satellite broadcast service provider said that its chairman, Jawahar Lal Goel, has agreed to step down as the director at the company's upcoming annual general meeting on 26 September. In the ongoing tussle with Yes Bank, which holds about 25% stake in Dish TV, has been pushing for a board reconstitution, including the removal of Goel and other members, citing corporate governance issues. Future Lifestyle has said in a statement that the state-run Bank of India has initiated legal proceedings under the country's Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. The fashion retailer, which is a part of the debt-ridden Future Group, operates clothing stores under Central and Brand Factory brands, has said that it was already in discussions with creditors over its debt restructuring proposal and has identified assets for sale to raise money. And the Competition Commission of India (CCI) in an initial review has said that it has found the proposed merger of India's two of the biggest television networks, that is Sony Pictures Networks India and Zee Entertainment Enterprises, will hurt competition by having unparalleled bargaining power. CCI emphasized that more scrutiny was needed on the merger, while Sony and Zee say that since their market share is dropping, probe won't be required. After reports emerged, shares of Zee Entertainment dipped 6% to 241.75 rupees on the BSE intra-day trade on 1st September. Finally, let's take a look at what's brewing in the startup world. And Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth funds are in active negotiations with Think and Learn Private Limited, the parent of Byju's, to be part of the $400 to $500 million fundraise that the company is planning. Qatar Investment Authority, which had been in talks to invest in the EdTech company, is yet to take a final call. Byju's has told lenders and debt investors that it is likely to finalize results for financial year 2021 by September 6th. Experts have said that any investment before the results might raise eyebrows. The logistics startup Shiprocket has tied up with the Startup India initiative at Invest India to build D2C 2.0. The initiative will help accelerate D2C and e-commerce startups who have delivered early success and on-ground impact with products built by Bharat for Bharat. Shiprocket will be offering 1 lakh rupees to each of the shortlisted startups, in addition to 50,000 rupees provided in shipping credits on an immediate basis, and also provide an opportunity to get investments up to 50 lakh rupees from Shiprocket and its fund partners. And the government of Uttar Pradesh is set to inject 4,000 crore rupees into the startup corpus of the state. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has directed officials to create the fund to cater to the needs of startup ventures proposed by the state's youth. The fresh capital infusion has been made to constitute the UP Innovation Fund that will mandate to provide seed capital to startups. IT, education, software, medical, agriculture and e-commerce are the main benefiting sectors. Well, that's all on this week's Company-Nama English, but if you want to watch the same show in Hindi, then download Money9 app, now available on your Google Play Store and App Store. See you again next week with more new updates from both the corporate and startup world. Until then, stay tuned to Money9.